position with the competition here in the tri-state region. It's a rare opportunity for some of these folks to get out here. Certainly for Jejajeja, who is all the way from the Pacific Northwest, based themselves out of Oregon, I believe is the case. But yeah, Aquaze is going to be their opposition in loser semifinals. Definitely a spot earned here by going undefeated, going into top eight, eventually going down to our grand finals winner's side occupant Marvel. But Aquaze and Jejajeja will be butting heads in losers semifinals, and it is not exactly a foregone conclusion because the matchup Pikachu Kirby. Well, I mean, you talk about volatile, right, Amber?
Yeah. This, not a great matchup for Kirby, to say the least. I do know that JoJo does have some experience. He's actually up in sets against Shiny Mark, the best Pikachu in the world right now. On Wi-Fi, however, but this is offline. Very different game. Let's see if Aquaze can actually get, try to exploit the weaknesses in that matchup from Kirby, or if JoJo's inherent knowledge of the matchup is going to come through here. FD is going to be our stage of choice round one, so... That is not Pikachu. Okay. He's trolling.
That's how we do at Fusion, man. People are just they'll pick whatever. Like, I remember one of the first tournaments I ever went to, they realized that it was going to be a split pot at the end, so the person just kind of went Game & Watch and didn't even like care about the result. And anyway, that person was the Great Gonzalez. So we were in loser semifinals, and Jejajeja getting pieced up by this Pikachu early on at the ledge, but still trying to keep it an even keel. This is about what you want to break it down to, I would imagine. It's just individual battles.
For sure. It definitely just comes down to the neutral game, of course, like in this sort of matchup. Like, Pikachu's just going to be zipping all over the goddamn place. Like, there's nothing Kirby can really do to stop it. No projectiles, no good range. Just sort of has to hold that. But every single time Aquaze just gets a little bit impatient and wants to throw something a little too close, those stubby normals become godlike with just how good their frame data is. And it's going to come down to picking those battles, like you said, for Aquaze and Jeja here, just trying to play that counter punch, whiff punish game right here, and Aquaze kind of making a pretty good lead right here, but of course Jeja immediately stuffing that out with that fair, and now getting a little bit of those early percent combos he is sort of known for.
3 stocks to 2. Jeja doing a decent enough job, almost a full stock lead now for Aquaze. And yeah, we're talking about how games are not won and lost on a tier list. This is a pretty good example of such. Like, this kid is really good, and the fact that that's techable, I mean, the force that Nair has behind it is something else. How many KOs have we seen Jeja secure off of Nair and still surviving, going across the stage, granted at 138, and eventually going down? But yeah, this is, again, this is not exactly your run-of-the-mill Kirby.
For sure. I mean, again, he is in the top 150 this year, so... Actually, pretty sure both seasons he was in the top 150, so Jeja definitely a formidable player, to say the least. And Aquaze kind of has a little bit of an uphill battle here. Maybe not in the matchup, but definitely in, like, the notability, as it were.
It also just makes sense, right? Because this is not the only Pikachu that Jeja has faced off against. This is definitely the only Kirby of this caliber that Aquaze is faced off against, as Jeja going to secure that second stock.
For sure. I mean, Jeja has definitely played his fair share of Pikachus. Of course, like Shiny Mark before, like I mentioned on Wi-Fi, has a few sets against other notable Pikachus like Zen from, I think, Arkansas, I could be wrong. But, again, definitely has the matchup down to a T, but Aquaze, how many goddamn Kirbys have you seen in bracket? Like, fighting against...
Really?
Oh my god! Oh! I was gonna say, how many top tiers have you seen with a player like Jeja, but how many Kirbys have you seen, and how many have you seen get an up smash like that? 2-stock lead right there, and just, oh my lord,
yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, it's the, those Kirbys, they are definitely dedicated to their character, and we have seen, of course, a Kirby in top 8 at Let's Make Big Moves. It was bonking doubles. But anyway, we're going to Final Destination for game number 2. Aquaze is doing well enough in this particular instance, but it's one of those things where you do kind of have to measure things out. On the one hand, it is Jejajeja. They're extremely capable. They are the Kirby. If you are going to win in this matchup, you need to win against the guy who is setting the meta for this character. At the same time, it's you win the matchup. You know this in your heart of hearts. Why are you not winning on the scoreboard? So that's the sort of battle that I would imagine is going on within Aquaze's mind.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like a big part of matchups is actually the mental game going into it, both as the person who wins the matchup and as the person losing it. It's always going to be in the back of your mind, of course, thinking, like, of course I lost there. That matchup is terrible. Of course I won there. I'm the better player. That's always going to be somewhere in your head right here. And Aquaze sort of struggling with this mental game right here, it looks like.
Yeah, it's that sort of tier list, not tier list, but the sort of whatever lattice graph that you have with the expectation and the reality is like, oh, the expectation is low and the results is low, then you're not disappointed. Expectation is high and the result is high. It's like everything was as expected. But if your expectation was high and the result is low, you're not feeling it.
Oh my!
Oh, okay.
Anyone would feel great after that fair, though. I have to say, wall jump fair, wall jump movement is so sick. I have to say.
No, hey, Aquaze knows how to move with this character and is going to pile up the damage. A little nickel and dime stuff. If you have enough nickels and dimes, you will find yourself with $1. And certainly Aquaze looking to finish within the money at the expense of the #1 seed in the tournament.
Oh my! Okay.
Oh,
in the tech chase too. Oh my lord. Swear to God, with all these nickels, he's going to be able to buy from the McDonald's dollar menu right here, it looks like. And...
oh my God, no, he's...
No!
The whole... Oh, man, tried to throw the whole roll of nickels at his head, and Jejajeja had to catch it and chuck it right back. 2 stocks to 1, but the down air is going to connect. Aquaze tagging it on, and there you go. That's 1 stock each, but Jejajeja going to try to make this happen, and playing the long-distance game, knows the spacing of this matchup all too well. Aquaze needs to start asking questions and get off of ledge for the love of all things holy.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get off of ledge sometimes, it seems. Jeja just knows every single position that Pikachu can possibly go. I mean, still, again, knowing this matchup down to a T, but it looks like Jeja is definitely just playing it exceptionally. Every single time Aquaze tries to, like, or gets a little bit impatient and tries to quick attack back to center, Jeja is always right there at the tail end of it just to punish it. And it works nearly every time. Even with a character with poor mobility like Kirby.
Right, you are, and I have to say, Aquaze is doing a good enough job of predicting the attack patterns of Jeja, but not well enough. Jeja going to take it by a score of 2-0. And Jejajeja has earned a shot at revenge against the Uzbek brawler Yeast.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, he's going to be making it back to Losers Finals, and a rematch in Yeast is going to be in sight. But, damn, Aquaze making a hell of a run here, getting top 4 at a Fusion with 53 entrants. I feel like most of those were DQs, but still an exceptional run from him. Could have gone a little bit further, but just unfortunately had to get the bad card of having to play Jeja pretty early into top 8.
I mean, that's just what's going to happen, right? You're talking about someone like Jeja. Forget about the matchup chart. This is the Kirby. Like, you've seen this person play. You've seen them do really well at these tournaments. In fact, we were talking a little bit about Afterburner, which will be streamed this weekend on this very channel, Collision Series TV. Jeja is the defending Afterburner champion. So this is someone who has gone around to random tournaments. Yeah, just showed up in Indiana and decided to take a C tier. Why not? And I believe that it is a B tier this year. So again, you're talking about tournaments of consequence, certainly among them. And Jeja has taken those tournaments before. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is not exactly a foregone conclusion when you're talking about The
Yeah, no, I think that's
Yeah.
one of the